Boom. There we are.
Nice.
So yeah, welcome back everyone to Staying Connected, but with a twist this time.
Yeah.
We are trying where we pre-record them this time, so we won't be live on a Friday this time for the next 2 weeks, I believe it is. We've got two back-to-back
Yeah.
recordings to see how we get on with that. We'll
Yeah,
see.
that's it. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes down. You'll have to let us know how you get on. As always, though, if you are wanting to get in touch, the comments will be open on the video. We might even do I think we'll do a premiere, so you'll be watching.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Premiere. So there will be a chat feature, and someone will be there. It'll be me or Daniel. On Friday evening.
Yep.
It's still going to be 4 to 5. Basically, at the moment, everyone's got a very busy schedule, so we'll put a bit of time aside to pre-record some stuff. Same format, same crack, really. Just keeping in touch, and like I say, if you've got anything, send it in as well. Talk about it. But yeah. How you doing, man? This is a bit weird, isn't it? I feel like it's
doesn't feel. It feels. It's not live, is it?
No.
But it kind of feels like, I don't know. It is a bit. It's quite different.
It's strange. I feel it's staying connected, but I feel a bit disconnected. Like I feel like
there's no like live chat or anything, is there? So it's like, but yeah. So it's I'm good, man. Not too bad. Yeah.
Nice. You're looking
about the same.
Bright. I think.
But you know what it is?
It's because it's like dark outside now, right? So everyone looks extra bright.
It's also though because like I turned on all the lights because it's so dark, and I looked at the last Staying Connected I did, and it's like it's just like pitch black.
Yeah.
So I've got like a lamp next to me on.
You were like in the shadows, like you were like some kind of weird basement dweller.
I know, it's weird, man. I've got my window wide open as well, so
good.
Like the curtains wide open, so it's like
what you want doesn't... like when it's coming up to winter, just like have the heating on and just blast it straight out the window and like ruin the atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah, but
if you can get some of that like hairspray they used to have in the 70s, like there's the CFC stuff, and just spray it like straight up with the atmosphere, so you get that little hole in it. Get a good tan then.
Yeah, that reminds me when we were kids, we used to like you know, if you spray deodorant like on your arm or something, you can like freeze it, like literally like burns your like skin. It's like
There's always that rumor if when you were in school that the guy who sprayed it on his nipple and flicked it and it fell off.
I've heard that before, actually. I've heard that as well.
Someone told me once, and he never tried it, but someone told me that you could do it with like it was the same thing as when you get a wart removed. Like they said you could do it with deodorant as well, and I
feel like I've literally heard this.
I never tried that. It's like one of them urban myths that like made its way around. Like when you're in like comp, there would always be like one thing. I can't go into the rest of the urban myths because I don't think they're like the YouTube appropriate. But there's plenty, and if you have one, if your school had one, let us know.
Send it in.
What it was. Answers not on a postcard because nobody uses postcards anymore. On a YouTube comment.
That's the one.
This isn't really anything to do with what I was going to talk about, but I've just looked out the window and someone's got the Christmas tree up already. And the lights,
that's mad, isn't it?
But the lights are on like the epilepsy mode, where like they just flash.
So it's like the epilepsy mode.
Yeah, like
imagine someone like actually like cycling past that, like actually had epilepsy or something, it would just be game over.
I know.
But also, how can you sit in a room which is just like that? Like it's just constantly
like all the time,
flashing all the time. Like honestly, because if I'm in a room where like there's all a flickering light, it starts to give me a migraine because my brain's like registering it, but it's like I don't know, it just starts to hurt my eyes.
I don't know. That's like predicated on the fact that I've got a brain, and at the moment doesn't feel like I've got a brain.
That's it.
So maybe I'll be all right. I don't know.
What do you think about those like all the setups that like all the streamers have now, where it's like they've got like the lights installed where it's like different colors, and it's like it'll go like pink and blue and green.
Yeah, I'm gonna show the podcast. So let's have a look at streamer lights.
Yeah. Because like pretty much all streamers have those now.
So it's like that, like the 5-piece, 6-piece touch sensitive hexagon, and like you can touch them and it changes color. To be honest, I think they're really cool, but I don't know whether they like would hurt your head. I bought like a really cheap. Well, I'm not saying it's really cheap. It was about 50 quid off Amazon, and it was a light that changes color, like an LED light, but it's like a ceiling light. And it was really cool when I first got it, but then I was like putting it onto the green and it was giving us a massive headache, so I stopped.
There
I
you
just use the
go.
white setting on it now because it literally hurts my head every time I look at it. So I was just like,
What
well,
other colours?
that's enough.
What other colours were there?
Red and green and blue. And then there's
Is
one where it flashes on them all,
Yeah.
which I really wasn't a fan of, to be honest.
That sounds horrible.
That was it was like a disco machine.
Oh,
It was
dude.
real bad.
People have like pink and purple, right? Like that's like a really common one.
Yeah, I thought, oh, it'd be cool. Like I'll put it on in a night before I go to bed and stuff, and like
Yeah.
it'll be real nice, and I'll not have a headache. And then the
That's actually
complete
horrible.
opposite thing happened, and I felt physically sick. So
Yeah.
I don't know if when I was a kid, like I bugged my mum and dad for about like 5 years to get us like a UV light.
Yeah.
And they got us one, and I think I used it like twice. They like my dad like properly installed it as well. So like the wire ran round and it was like in the wall, so you could like switch it on and off by the wall. And I think I must have had it on like probably 2 or 3 times because it would give us a headache. So yeah.
Of course, man, definitely. As if he went through like all of that. Like,
I had my dad's life. I had my mum and dad's life when I was a kid, like with stuff like that.
I remember like things that I really wanted was like I wanted to get, I never got one, but I wanted one of those like mini cooker things, like the mini cooker things that you used to get for like kids.
Oh, where it was like you could bake like
one of those.
Like cakes, like a cupcake.
Yeah,
but it would take like 8 hours to cook it.
Tell you the other one that I wanted as well. Like there was the one. It was like you could make your own like pop.
Oh yeah, SodaStream.
You make your own slushy. I never got one of those.
No. So SodaStream was the one where you make your own pop. I know the one you mean, and it was like you'd put ice in it and twist it around.
Yeah.
It would like crush the ice up, and you'd get a flavour in.
And you put your flavors in, and that. I always wanted that, but I never got one.
No.
And I was like, always so wounded.
Do you know why though? And I sort of appreciate it now because can you imagine how cheap and tatty it would have been?
It would be horrible. It would be
like
awful.
I don't resent me mum and dad for not buying that like garbage.
I know. Yeah, it is. It's just junk.
It would junk.
Yeah, and it would have been horrible. I would have hated it probably.
Yeah, it would have just been crushed ice with some like juice on it. That would have been it.
That's literally what it is. Yeah, but
also,
I remember seeing that advert and being like, "Oh, I want that."
On that topic of cheap garbage, can I just advise don't buy anything from Wish. These lights are the ones I'm on about. Man. But if you buy these for £25, reduced from £279, I highly doubt you're going to get what you're expecting.
Yeah, I mean that price drop's pretty crazy, right? It's like.
Yeah. But they're the type of lights that we're on about. So you get like you can get them in a triangle shape as well if you're a fan of the Illuminati.
It's which is like it's like one of those things like is it called like drop shipping or something? It's where like they don't actually have an inventory and it's like they just list everything and then they actually have like they kind of like buy off other buyers and stuff.
Yeah, so drop shipping they literally buy off they're like they're like the marketplace basically.
Mm-hmm.
They like Amazon supply a lot of their own thing.
Yeah.
A lot of their own items are supplied by Amazon. But a drop shipper literally just buys them from somewhere else and is the middleman of okay, I'll get it from there to there. So whether it's any good is streamlined form of retail business wherein the seller accepts customer orders but does not keep goods sold in stock.
There you
go. Sounds like a lot of hassle to me, to be honest. Like
definitely.
A lot of get rich quick kind of scams go along with drop shipping as well. CBD was a massive one for it, where like people were getting fake products, like just random stuff was turning up. Not good times. Not good times.
Yeah, definitely not.
Bad vibes.
I was looking at the same thing you were there.
Yeah, I just googled dropshipping. So yeah. Anyway, this has got off to a great start. We've already talked about something. I don't know what. This is going to be the new format. We've got some updates coming for you in the next episode, so stand by for them. On that note, when this goes out, on that day, we're going to be putting together a little video, and I don't know where it's going to go out, but I've bought something for the whole team to have a go of. But we'll keep that on the for now. And you'll see what happens. I've decided that we're going to do something a bit different. Because it's lockdown and everyone's a bit like sad and not very happy. So we're going to turn the frowns upside down.
That's the way to do it, man.
We're looking forward to that. I'm also going to show you something now, if I can. Where's it gone? There we go. So I don't know if you've seen this, and obviously you guys watching along. They keep on digging. Trump holds press conference at Suburban Garden Centre.
Oh man!
So I thought we'd start off on a real high, talking about that.
Yeah, I saw that. It was obviously so like the thing that happened there was that obviously his administration wanted to hold it at the Four Seasons, but that actually by accident they'd picked somewhere called the Four Seasons Total Landscaping, which is just a totally random landscaping company.
Yeah.
So
do you know what was better though? Do you know what the best bit was? If you read the opening line of the Guardian article.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's increasingly desperate bid to hang on to the White House crossed into abject farce on Saturday after his campaign staged a purportedly major press conference at a Philadelphia landscaping business situated between a crematorium and a sex shop. Like,
I know, I saw a lot of people were saying it's like a metaphor for his administration or something.
But like a lot of people have been on about this. Like the thing with the whole Trump administration campaign and the guy himself, like you can't even make jokes about it because it is parody. Like this, we're living in a parody. You couldn't write if you were a comedy writer. Or there was a group of comedy writers. They couldn't come up with anything better than this.
No, I know.
It's absolutely it is farcical. It's amazing.
It is. It's unbelievable.
It cheered me up anyway because I found the whole election to be just like tiresome, to be totally honest. And
it was like 4 or 5 days. It was like if everyone the projections were like, oh, it's gonna be over a day. And it was like 5 days of just like nonstop, and it was like close for like the longest period of time. So it was like quite worrying, But like something that gets me as well, like one of the funniest things about the whole thing is when he was talking about he was saying like, that how he's like, oh, it's funny that all of these mail-in ballots are Democrat, but then like a couple of months before, and he was like saying like, oh, like this like don't trust the mail-in ballots, make sure you go out and vote. So it's like he was actively encouraging his supporters not to use it. So it's
like mail-in, I mean, but he's gonna say anything he can. That's the only frustrating bit is it's gonna go on for as long. It's just gonna be drawn out in it. It's not just gonna go away. He's not gonna concede. So we'll see what happens in the next month or so.
Yeah, well, Biden doesn't take over officially until January, right? That's when he's like.
But I don't even think it'll be fully. I think they'll still be banging the drum of fake news for like another year, probably.
I reckon so.
To get back in, but it's not happening.
No.
But so it was interesting because he tweeted it out and he was like, "Where is it? So where'd it go?" He played golf and then he tweeted out there's a big press conference at Four Seasons. And then he had to he quickly deleted that tweet and he put it on because I think I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that interaction of Mr. Trump. There's been a bit of a mix-up and we're actually not at the Four Seasons Hotel. We're at the Four Seasons Landscape and Design. Like, can you imagine having to tell him that as his assistant or whatever who's accidentally done it?
And he's already lost as well, so he's already.
And he publicly tweeted it out as well. Oh man, Four Seasons Hotel Philadelphia. They even came out as well and said just to avoid any confusion, it's not being held here. So they even stuck the knife in and twisted it as well. It was funny. It was honestly probably the highlight of the political month. I'd say.
Yeah, it was so funny. That's always going to be remembered for that as well. It's the end of his campaign is always going to be remembered by doing that. There.
That ridiculous Goblin Man, Rudy Giuliani. That's going to be what's remembered for him. Him and his exquisitely big head. Just look at it. Big old dog.
He does look like the Penguin from Batman.
Yeah, he really does.
Definitely.
So that was it. So interestingly, actually, I didn't know how our government was in a way, but I was just scrolling through Twitter and I seen Boris Johnson congratulated Joe Biden, said that he'd been on the phone with him. So
yeah, and so right. I don't know if you could enlighten me on this because I'm not too familiar, but they were saying that Yeah, so he was saying that Biden was talking about the Good Friday Agreement, and that
Yeah.
was like a really important point. What is that actually?
So
Because I'm not.
it's the agreement about the border situation, but it's not just that. It's a big agreement. It's big, the biggest they've ever seen. It's a like agreement to do with the
Okay.
peace process in Ireland.
Mhm.
But
Right.
what Biden was on about was saying if there's a hard border, there's not going to be no trade deal with the UK because they don't want to return
Right.
to the troubles.
Okay.
So it's all to do with when we leave the EU, what happens to the Irish border or the lack thereof at the minute. Because obviously at the minute
Okay.
it's EU state to EU state because the Republic's in it and so is Northern
Right.
Ireland's part of the UK.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's quite. You're right. Right. Okay, I'm following then.
And
I'm
Biden
following.
sort of took like a hard line on it and it was like, hang on a minute, no, you can't just like undo like 30 years of progress,
Hmm.
but because you want to be greedy, which is fair enough. So we'll
Right.
see.
So that
See
is
what comes
quite
of that.
interesting.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't expect. I fully expected the government to be like, we're not getting involved. But he
Hmm.
came out and sort of congratulated him and said, oh, I've been on the phone to him and stuff. Boris Johnson, that is. I was
That's
very
good.
surprised
Well,
to see it.
yeah.
So obviously
I
he's
mean,
not weighing in on the fake news.
well, I saw
Um,
that they asked him leading up to the election. They were like, "Oh, do you want Trump or Biden to win?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't think we should comment like on whoever our allies pick or
yeah,
whatever." He wants
that's a pretty damning statement, really, when you think about it, because
Yeah,
of how much Trump backed all the stupid stuff that the government was putting forward,
I know.
left and right. I think he sort of stabbed him in the back a little bit there, but
He must have knew though then that it was going to be very likely that Biden was going to be in power, and he didn't want to kind of
hedge your bets,
the
sort of
yeah,
thing.
exactly,
Yeah.
and obviously the like increased probably reliance that the UK has on the US as a trade partner
Mm.
following Brexit and so on. I think that he probably felt like it's so important that we keep good relations at the moment with them. So,
Do you know what it is though as well? Everyone in terms of trade specifically, everyone bangs
mhm.
on about like, oh, you don't want to be involved with Trump, but like, I'm not sure I trust the US at all. If you know what
No,
I mean.
yeah.
Like, regardless of who the head of state is, like, I don't know if I trust their plan for our
Yeah.
economy. To be totally
No,
fair,
no, no. Yeah, that's fair,
I
man.
don't think just because Joe Biden's won, that means we should just like be like, oh great, everything's sorted, we're saved, sort of thing.
Mhm.
I think we still need to be pretty wary of what they're going to try and
Yeah.
do, and our
Oh, of
government,
course, man.
particularly trust them
Definitely,
either. To be
yeah.
fair, but yeah, I just thought this one was quite cool. It was just like a significant, like a giant turd on the end of the Trump reign. I thought was quite nice,
Yeah. No,
poetic in many ways.
definitely. I think so as well, man.
Cheered me up a whole bunch. So the other one I've got is this one's probably more one for you guys to just have a look at in your own time, like. But was the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X launched this week? I think
Yeah.
actually, to be honest, the PS5 might not even be out yet. Is it? I don't actually know.
Let's have a look. Fact check time.
I think it's out next
PS5
week.
release date, UK. It is November 12th, apparently.
Oh, okay, tomorrow then. Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh no, I'm lying here, mate. That's in the US. In the UK, it's November 19th.
I think some people will start getting shipments if they pre-order them, but they're out anyway.
Yeah.
If you were thinking about getting one, there's a little comparison there on
So
Tech Radar.
yeah, I thought that was really cool as well.
They're out
Like,
of
just to
stock
kind of
everywhere.
see
Like,
the different kind of options. And you said, so apparently Xbox is going to be the big thing, like, right? That's that, like, apparently Xbox is kind of slightly edging them
so
in a couple
far,
of different.
yeah. I thought it would be useful though, because I know obviously some people will be looking forward to Christmas and God knows what else, and obviously no one's got anything to do at the minute. So if you just go on to Tech Radar or type into Google Tech Radar PS5 versus Xbox Series X, you'll be able to find this article. I'll link it in the description anyway.
So yeah, one of the things that people have been pointing out a lot as well, which is outside of the actual specs of the consoles, is that the Xbox is like it's the difference between PlayStation and Live and Xbox's Game Pass. Like
Yeah.
they're saying that Xbox Game Pass is going to be like really good this year. They're going to be having a lot of. I mean, obviously with PlayStation, with PS Now, you do get free games as well. But they were saying that they're going to put in like a bunch of free games and stuff on the Xbox Live Pass. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really good. It's worthwhile. It's like I say, if you buy them for Christmas and stuff, it's definitely worth checking out. Like doing a bit of research on what one to get. What you need to be really careful of as well is you don't buy the old version of the PlayStation or the Xbox because they'll be getting sold off.
Yeah.
So make sure you're buying the right console as well.
They're both retailing at like 450. Is that about right? For there's two different types though, right? There's like the for the PS5 especially, they're doing one which is going to be is it with like inbuilt storage and then one without? Oh no, one's completely digital, right?
They're so there's a digital only version and it doesn't support up to 4K. So that's the cheaper one. That's the Series S, which is like the mini one. But it's reasonable. It's like I think it's like 300 quid. It's
that's pretty good.
But you can only get digital games, so you have to buy them off of the Xbox. You can't get the disc.
Well, the thing is there though, like the games digitally, which it's totally counterintuitive, but the games digitally are generally more expensive than the games physically. Like I was gonna buy Overwatch the other day on a PS4, obviously, and it's like 50 quid in the PS store. But then from game it's like 30 quid, 20 quid. So it's
it is like it is. You have to sort of that's the trade off. You can get the console cheaper, but you end up paying a little bit more for the games.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a little article on there. Like I said, I thought it'd be quite good because we cover it in like the things like the money matters and stuff like that, like how not to get scammed, like an e-safety thing. So if you are looking to buy any tech, it's worth checking them out. And Tech Radar is a really really good like review source. You know, things like your Amazon reviews and stuff like that, really good to check out as well. To but again, make sure you're getting the right product. So if someone's asking for something for Christmas, or if you're buying something for yourself, make sure you're getting the version that you either need or you want. And again, like I say, we've got a bunch of courses and stuff you can do if you are confused in any way. There's sessions out there that exist on online.
I saw that. So guys, like just to echo what here from saying there, obviously we've got like all of our digital skills sessions. So if you are interested in that, let us know.
And they're across South Tyneside and Sunderland. So
South Tyneside and Sunderland. So
we've got all the funding.
Yeah. And you can just either email me or hear from about that. Obviously, you know our emails by now. Just as always, Daniel@mediasavvycic.co.uk and hear from the mediasavvycic.co.uk. Just one last thing on the games though as well. So I've been looking at some of the games like coming out for launch.
I think you sent me a list.
Oh yeah, and there's like quite a few good ones on there. And like as you were saying as well, that's probably one for people to look through like kind of in their own time because there's a lot of games there. But like some of the ones that are coming out like as I was saying, just on launch look pretty cool. There's like most of them as well. If you do have a PS4 or you have the old Xbox as well, you will probably be able to get most of those games because as it's going to be like kind of they're still going to be they'll still be releasing most of the games for PS5 also on PS4 because they're aware that the people are not going to make the switch that quickly, so there will be games still being released for the older generation consoles for quite a long time probably. But so just one of the ones I thought looked amazing was the new Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like I might get that for PS4. The Viking one, Valhalla. That looks
I've seen the trailer.
Looks absolutely awesome. And also the new Spider-Man, like in terms of graphics and stuff, the new Spider-Man looks absolutely insane.
Yeah. So there's a bunch out there. There's a list there, but again, you can have a little look through.
Also, the new Call of Duty looks pretty sick as well. Like that's
2 days, I think. So it's not actually out when on launch per se, but it's like I think it's a day after they're both out. So
I've got like on my PS4, it's really weird because there's been like an update file and there's like a new thing. It says PS5 remote play. Yeah. And then when I press it, it says searching for your PS5 or your PS5 can't be found. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what like that feature does, but I thought that was pretty cool.
There's a Microsoft one where you can remotely control your Xbox through your phone. So it uses your phone as like the monitor. It's not very good at the minute. It works, but it's a bit laggy and stuff. And obviously depending on your device. Stuff like that's going to get easier and easier.
Same as like crossplay.
Eventually, it'll all be like on the cloud, so you won't even have to have the console. You'll just have to have like your phone, or like you'll get a little box, or like you'll be able to do it on your laptop, and you'll just be able to go on your browser, on like say Google Chrome, and you'll be able to play it from the cloud.
That's such a crazy idea.
It just depends on your internet, really. Like that's going to be the bottleneck is internet. But yeah. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking. If you are looking, at the moment the stock's really low everywhere, but there are places doing like buy now pay later deals as well, like Argos and stuff. So you don't have to necessarily shell out as well. I thought it was really
They
cool.
do that on purpose as well. It's like a classic like marketing technique. It's just to like
Drip
intentionally,
feed.
drip feed intentionally understock, just so the fact that the demand's going to be there and it's going to keep being there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's annoying, but that's what a lot of places do.
No, definitely. I mean, it is a marketing scam, really. But it's like I said, it's worth getting them. The buy now pay later deals are really good on the likes of Argos. Saves you putting them on like a credit card. So if you pay a certain amount per month, I think it's like, say if it costs 500 quid, as long as you agree to pay a certain amount of that off per month. As long as you pay that off, you don't pay any interest either. So it's completely interest free as long as you're paying like a certain amount.
For sure, yeah.
Which is good. It makes stuff affordable. And obviously is it Black Friday? That's coming up soon as well, and Cyber Monday and all that garbage. The end of the month, but we'll talk about that later anyway. we have plenty of. But I'll stick the link to these in the description anyway, so you can check them out if you are looking for some advice on the new consoles. I've just closed the window like an idiot.
So definitely it's exciting stuff. I mean, like personally myself, I probably won't be getting one for a while. But cool to look at though.
Yeah, I mean, the longer you wait, the cheaper they'll become, or the more stuff you'll be able to get with them. You might get a better deal. You might get some games involved and stuff.
For sure, man.
Next up on the list of stuff to talk about, I don't know if you've seen it, but remember we talked about the Premier League. Charging 15 quid per game for one single game. On
crazy.
The pay-per-view. They've cancelled that for the time being.
Thank goodness for that, yeah.
So they're set to scrap the controversial pay-per-view scheme imminently. That's Chief Executive Richard Masters, who we haven't got enough time to slate him as he should be, but we could. So the fans who are currently prevented from attending stadiums because of the COVID-19 pandemic have been asked to pay $14.95 to watch games not already selected for broadcast, which obviously provoked a massive backlash. He said, "We've listened to feedback and we'll be changing direction and moving away from it and taking another step that will see us through lockdown, the Christmas period and into January. But I cannot say what it is." So we don't know, but they're taking a step back from charging £15 for one game, which is good. It's making it, at the worst possible time, I think, as well.
I know.
What always gets me with the Premier League is they've got the goal to complain about pirated streams, and then they pull stuff like charging £15 for one game.
It's so insane, isn't it? But that's what I said to you, that it's gonna encourage pirating, because it's gonna people are just gonna record it and then they're gonna post it
it makes on principle it makes you want to do that. It makes you think, you know what it is, like if we all put a couple of quid in, we'll get the £15 and we'll just stream it to everyone for free. Why should I pay all that money?
It's crazy. Well, one of the key things about that article that stuck out to me, which is something that I noticed that quite a few fans were doing, was that they were making charity kind of things out of it, right? So they were which I thought was absolutely unbelievable. So I'm a big fan of that. Instead of paying that amount, donate X amount of money to charity, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. So the Newcastle fans did it specifically because I've seen
brilliant.
I only know this because I follow the Newcastle Food Bank on Twitter.
Which is brilliant.
But they raised over 20 grand in that first week. So that first week, Newcastle Man United were the first game to be on the pay-per-view scheme. So they all just boycotted. Most people boycotted the game and donated that 15 quid to the food bank as well. And I'm gonna have to get the calculator out because I can't work out what 20,000 divided by 15 is.
Oh yeah, I was definitely asking the wrong person here, man. No, unfortunately,
it's
man.
1,333.3 recurring people
there you go.
Donated, and that was at the last time it was posted about, so probably gone up since then. But it was good. Yeah, you're definitely right. I think there was loads of clubs got loads of fans of different clubs did that as well. Wasn't necessarily just food banks, so I think they'd been I was going to say deleting, but that's not what I meant. Donating to a bunch of different causes and stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
And obviously, what's good is it's obviously hit the Premier League straight away, and they've realised, okay, we're not making any profit on this. It's actually costing us money. and that's the way to get at organisations like that is sting them in the pocket, and they'll soon turn it around.
So that Masters guy we were just talking about, he said that he's listening to the feedback and the change in direction, and they're going to think of a new step that's going to get us through lockdown.
Like, I wouldn't even mind like paying a $5. Do you know what I mean? I say £5 is reasonable, and that's what the EFL were charging for the cup games. It's not great, but like for what it costs them to bear in mind they're already recording the games anyway, so they've already got access to the feed of the camera. It's not costing them any more. Like, it's £15 is an it's robbery.
Well, it's literally under normal circumstances, mate, it would be bad, right? But it's because with the pandemic, we've got so many people furloughed, we've got so many people lost their jobs, and they put that on it when they know that we're going through a pandemic as well. I mean, that's what makes it even worse.
Just corporate greed at the highest level. Like,
I know.
And I understand they're a business and they've got to make money, but I can guarantee one of the lowest hit businesses in the UK is the Premier League as a business. Like, because you've got to remember as well, it's not just when you say the Premier League, it's like it's a corporation now. It's a business. It's not just the league table when you look at it. It's like Premier League registered trademark is a business with a profit margin, and the profit margin is massive because they do dealings all across the world. Like, they've got deals across Asia, the Middle East, South America. Like, they get money from across the globe. Like, they're not some little diddly company in London somewhere that are struggling to keep the lights on. Like, they're a multi-billion-pound corporation. Like, it cries a river that you're not making as much money from £15 streams. I really don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
How you make it affordable? Do you know what I mean? It's
it's a good point, man. I know.
It annoys so much. Like, it's very, very corrupt, very greedy. But yeah, I thought it was good. To be fair, at least they've done it. Like, Sky and BT immediately must have had like 1 million calls as well, because they sort of like distanced themselves from it as well.
Wait, that's the problem. That's what most football fans were kicking off and was saying, like, well, I'm already paying for BT. I'm already paying for Sky. Like, why should I have to pay on top of that for something? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like that's the whole reason that I got these sports channels. You know what I mean? And then like,
I'd love to see, like you said, the accurate figures of who's now pirating streams, because I reckon it's like quadrupled, if not more.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, man.
So last little one for the day then, because I don't know what time we're actually on. To be honest, I'm really paying attention. We'll just go half an hour. So yeah, we might be a little bit shorter for these ones, just so we're going to do it as a little trial. But the major good news from this week is obviously the COVID vaccine hitting its first milestone. I don't know why they've put milestone in a quote, as if like they're skeptical. So I don't know what that's about. But so it's offering 90% protection. So yeah, I mean, unless you've had your head buried firmly in the sand, which you might do by this point, you probably haven't missed this one. So I don't actually know how to say the names of the companies. Pfizer, it's PF.
No, I think that's right.
Pfizer that's right. Yeah. BioNTech, because obviously BioNTech cool and like down with the kids, so they've got it in the middle. They described it as a great day for science and humanity.
Yeah.
It was tested on 43,500 people in 6 countries, and no safety concerns have been raised. They plan to apply for emergency approval to use the vaccine by the end of the month. No vaccine has gone from the drawing board to being proven highly effective in such a short period of time. Huge challenges ahead, but the announcement has been warmly welcomed, with scientists describing themselves as smiling ear to ear, and some suggesting life could be back to normal by spring. And I would slowly, cautiously follow that up with let's not get carried away.
I know.
But yeah, really good news, and 90% of 43,500 is pretty good.
Definitely.
And that is as well, so it's not like the other 10% dropped dead. It just wasn't effective on them. So there was no, from the early reports, there's no like adverse side effects. Obviously, I think what they were, this isn't in the article, but what I heard on the press conferences and a couple of the news reports is obviously they don't want to. They don't know the long-term effect or the longer-term effect yet, so they don't want to just start injecting people like left and right. They're still in like a study phase.
Good.
Which is good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has to go into it, as you said, before they can actually get it out. I mean, obviously, you said that hopefully we said it before, spring of next year, that 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 could be fully like out. And I know they said they're going to apply for like emergency use or something. Was it next month? You said.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you were saying, like there's so many things they need to measure, like long-term effects and stuff like that, before you can actually kind of fully put it on the market. I'm guessing so.
Yeah, but I mean, it's progress. It's more progress than we had. I mean, if you
Oh,
remember,
so
we first
100%,
talked
man.
about the bloody the Oxford trial, and that was
Right,
like
I remember that. Yeah.
that's got to have been June maybe. And I mean,
Yeah.
we're only in November, and we're already at
Uh-huh.
a 90% like useful vaccine. So
And yeah,
any
and
use, good
so-
news, really, in it.
exactly. And they were saying like, the vaccine appears completely safe from large trials so far. And then they were saying, well, nothing, including paracetamol, is 100% safe. So it's like really, yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks great from everything that's here. And if we're looking, I'm not sure if you showed them, but if you go down to the diagrams as well, it shows exactly how it works. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. So
Yeah,
it
worth
looks
checking it
very,
out.
very hopeful. Yeah, very, very hopeful.
So you take part of the virus genetic code that tells cells what to build and coat it in a lipid so it can enter the body's cells. It tells you here, you can read it. I'm not a doctor, I don't know how it works. It is useful though to sort of explain the type of vaccine it is as well. There was a little bit in here that I did see actually. The data presented is not the final analysis and based on the first 94 volunteers to develop COVID. So the precise effectiveness of the vaccine may change when the full results are analysed, but it's a step in the right direction anyway. The data shows that 2 doses 3 weeks apart are needed. The trials in the US, Germany, Brazil, Argentina, South Africa and Turkey, which I thought was quite important because I remember listening to a few things. I think we talked about it, like it affects people of different like ethnicities differently as well, and people from different countries will also have different like cultural or environmental factors. So the fact that they've tested it across like quite a broad range and demographic is good as well. So it'll be
of course,
like, effective overall for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people's bodies are different, right? And that's obviously a factor. People, so
like I say, culturally as well, like diet, and other environmental influences, like where you live, air quality, even things like obviously if you live on a place that's like higher altitude, your like say lung capacity will be different to someone who lives in like the lowlands. Things like that, and all sorts of factors can affect like how susceptible you are. So it's cool. I'm hopeful. And there you go. There's a nice hopeful message to end.
Brilliant.
We'll leave it at that, I think.
Perfect.
So I'll whack as always the general links to finish. And me and Daniel will bid you farewell for the Friday. Oh, by the way, it's Friday the 13th. So
happy Friday.
Do something scary. Do something scary on Friday the 13th. Watch that movie about Jason. You know, the one where he does the thing, and then there's another one after it.
There's about a million after that.
That just keeps going for like 25 years.
That's it.
Cool. Right, everyone. Stay safe. Stay savvy.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye bye.
Speak to you soon.